Welcome to the Later Bloomer, where we talk all things life after 50 because reinvention doesn't have an expiry date. I'm your host, Victoria, and today I'm joined with a fabulous, funny, and refreshingly real Lady P, Lorri.
Hello.
TikTok's hello is TikTok's own ADHD queen, diagnosed recently in your 50s. And
50.
here we are to chat all about and discover everything ADHD later on in life. And here we are, blooming later means blooming louder. So, hello, Lorri, Lady P.
Hello. Hi.
How are you today? All right.
Oh, my ADHD is very ADHDing at the
Is
moment.
it?
Oh,
Is it?
it's off the scale at the moment, and I don't know why. But
Oh, childhood memories. What I want to know is where were you the naughty one? And they always said, "Oh, you're naughty, you're naughty." And really, you were sort of like hyper and intrigued by everything and interruptive. So tell me about sort of like growing up with your as a childhood as well with it.
okay, do you want me to do that? Like, 'cause,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
I had the worst childhood.
Did you?
Awful because I didn't have any friends. I didn't ever have a sleepover once
No.
in my entire. Was the child that was weird, and I know we're not allowed to use that word, but I was a weird.
Yeah, yeah,
I was what they used to call then away with the fairies.
yeah,
So
yeah.
I was cat-handed. I couldn't place. I was the person that got chosen last. When you're doing sports, so I was never chosen. I was
Yes.
at sport. I was disruptive. I didn't have any friends. I was very very lonely, and
Yeah,
that followed through even into university. Um,
yeah.
so I just was the odd kid,
No, I get it.
and it was
Yeah,
horrible. It was
horrible.
well. It was just not a nice childhood. I mean, literally, I
Was
spent
it like sort of
my
like
own.
your attention span? How did you get on in university then? Like with that attention span and with your work,
Well,
how did that cope?
because I didn't have any friends, I
Mm,
worked all the time. So I'm not the kind of person. I mean, I can problem solve things very quickly, but
yeah,
if I take information in, because
yeah,
back then everything was just books.
yeah,
Um, I'd read the same page about 20 times.
yeah.
Just wouldn't go in. So yeah, I did well at university, but I had to work really hard.
Really hard.
It's not something that was easy at all.
No,
But
no, I can imagine.
from my background, it was the only way I knew, because in those days you got free, free
Yeah,
everything. A
yeah,
lot of people
yeah,
go to university. So for me, it was a means to get a job in London.
yeah. And
That's
then
what
what did you do as a job then?
I was a fashion buyer.
Oh, okay.
Yes, I was.
So fabulous. And
Yeah.
how did you cope in your job then?
Um. Well, I did really, really well. I mean, I stayed with Arcadia for nearly 20 years. I mean, I bought for everyone from uh, Principals, Topshop, Evans.
Yeah.
But because they say that people with ADHD have got this inherent ability that
Blair.
they know things. It's like we can go into a room and I will know who's having an affair with who just by the I've guessed it loads of times. The thing is, somehow I knew what would sell because I used to always I could get myself really deep inside my customers, even when I was buying for plus size
Yeah,
stuff. I'd really study my customers and
yeah,
empathy with them, and I knew what their names were, where they ate, what
yeah,
their boyfriends did.
yeah,
I
yeah,
breathed it, and so yeah, and it was also very glamorous, and well, it was a glamorous job to have. It was
yeah,
it's a backbiting, bitchy world.
yeah, yeah.
If you're a bit like me and a bit of a softie, I did used to go home crying quite a lot.
So, symptoms in adulthood, for anyone wondering what to look for, if you're thinking, could this be me? And this is, a question for me, really,
Mm.
because I've got bipolar, and then suddenly they're going, oh, actually, I think it's ADHD.
Yeah,
So, what do you
the,
think?
the problem is the reason that, because I don't do any of the social media, I don't do anything, I don't do
Yeah,
Facebook, I'm nothing. I only do this TikTok, and it
yeah,
was because when I got when the menopause collided with my ADHD, the
Yeah.
symptoms that I have that are just being untidy,
Yeah.
I interrupt all the time. I can't focus on things. I can't sit still.
Yeah.
The ADHD symptoms collided with the menopausal symptoms.
Ah.
It actually made me extremely unwell,
Mm,
to the
mm,
point that I was very mentally unwell.
yeah.
And that's when I started to get, it took me 5 years to get the diagnosis.
Yeah.
So it's when those two collided. So I wanted to sort of
So
warn.
going into your 50s,
Yeah.
this was when you started to menopausal ADHD, mental health problems. Is that right?
Yeah. It was literally,
Okay.
they collided, and I couldn't take HRT. So I had all the things that go with menopause
Mm,
and all the things that go with ADHD. And I could
mm,
mask the ADHD symptoms. I masked all my life, because when I had a very high flying job, but then when I wasn't working, I was the PTA mummy, one of
yes.
those ones,
Yes.
fundraising and all that stuff. And I
Yes.
had sleepovers, and I had lots of stuff to focus on.
Mm,
Then when it got to my mid-50s, when my children, because I had my kids very late in life, they
yeah.
didn't want me doing all of these things anymore. I didn't have a job.
Mm,
My husband and I by then were fighting so much because I was not very well, and
yeah, of course.
I didn't have anything to focus on. So all that masking that I'd done all my life,
Mm,
just that was it. I didn't have,
yeah.
I
Yeah.
all sort of collided.
Oh gosh, that must have been so hard.
So many medications out. They put me on my tazapine, propranolol,
So
citalopram.
it's all misdiagnosed.
Yeah.
And how are your anxiety levels then?
Well, well,
Going through something,
yeah, I couldn't.
and them saying to you, "Oh, it's not ADHD, it's this, it's that, it's that." Tell me about that.
Well, they put me on 15 years worth of antidepressants medications,
Wow.
and for 15 years, even my ex-partner said to me, "You are not depressed. There is something wrong with you."
Mm.
But I really didn't know. I don't even know how it happened. I just saw something, because I realised that when the menopause hit me, I shouldn't have been as bonkers as I was, because I was unbearable. It
Yeah.
led to the breakup of my.
Oh, baby. Yeah.
It led to. I mean, I ended up having to move out the house. I was really,
Gosh.
very ill. Yeah, I lost
Gosh.
everything
Yeah. Gosh.
because of it.
Yeah.
So I just wanted to try and warn women that if you think you might have ADHD and you're approaching perimenopause, just try and get a dose. Even if you don't want to do anything with that diagnosis,
Yeah.
you'll know what's wrong with you,
Yeah.
and you won't be sort of like I was, just thinking,
Yeah.
you
What
know,
is wrong with me?
what's wrong with me?
Yeah, yeah. And so going on how to get a diagnosis though. I mean, I'm trying to get one done for my son. It's so hard.
Well, it took me,
NHS,
yeah,
crazy time.
yeah. Well, I
Um,
was on the NHS, so I was on the NHS. I started in when I was 55. So
yeah,
after 3 years of being on the NHS one, I used the right to choose, which is
right.
you can choose a private provider, and the government will pay that provider.
Okay.
It's a scheme, but again, it still took me 2 years. So I was waiting into
Yeah,
5 years to get the
yeah,
diagnosis.
yeah, yeah.
And even when I got the diagnosis, I had to wait a year for what's called titration for the medication. So
Oh
even though
my
this has
goodness.
been paid for by the government,
Yeah.
diagnosis, they still were so busy they couldn't get round to me for a year.
Oh gosh.
No, I know.
So it just rolls on while your life is
But
just completely in disarray. And oh, it's so hard.
it is. Well, it's even worse because I can't take the medication. I got titrated for it, and unfortunately, it didn't suit me.
Okay.
So I waited. You have like I waited 5 years, and it took
Mm,
3 months. That's all they give you
mm,
to
mm.
work out which medication you can take. And there's loads of different ones: Concerta,
Okay.
Ritalin, Vyvanse, um, and they worked. I had peace in my brain. I had total peace in my brain, but they
Yeah.
gave me very intrusive thoughts, and
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to.
Didn't want that
I
side
didn't
of it.
want that.
No.
So I had peace for 3 months. I felt like a normal person,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
had to stop taking them about 2 weeks ago, and
Mm.
the ADHD has come back with a massive vengeance.
Oh, honey.
I know. I feel
So
like
how do you cope on your day-to-day life now then?
I don't. I don't.
Don't.
Don't cope. And because of what happened with my breakup and everything, I am completely on my own.
Yeah, yeah. So you got no, what about
Well,
friends and family?
my family live up north, and I've got friends from church, but sort of
Yeah,
other friends. I mean, I really was so ill. I kind of
yeah.
everybody away.
Yeah, yeah, I get that.
It's not easy sort of trying to make friends at, well, I'm nearly 62. So,
Don't. I'm still trying.
yeah. And the thing is, you can't, people say go and do book clubs. You can't do a book club.
Oh no,
I can't sit still long enough.
no,
You
I
know,
can't.
salsa dancing. No, I've got two
With
left.
who?
Yeah, well, it's really
Yeah.
odd. And I just thought once I got the meds, well, they did change my life for
Mm,
for 3 months, but
yeah,
I take them
yeah. And
quite
so tell me, why can't you take them?
because the effects that they have on my
Oh, you don't have to tell me.
yeah, but they give me intrusive thoughts.
Okay. Yeah.
Work,
Right. You did say
yeah,
sorry. Yeah.
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 I mean,
Yeah.
it's just that I've never really
Yeah. It's difficult. Yeah. Yeah.
no,
Yeah.
and I that before I took the medication,
Yeah.
I regulated myself by going to the gym every
I was
day.
just about to say, is there any other way?
Yeah, there was. What I did was I went to the gym every day and I
Yeah.
completely cut all kinds of sugar, everything,
Mm,
all,
mm.
everything out of my diet, and that really did make a difference with any processed food. So I don't eat anything that's processed.
Okay.
And that really did help. But then, of course, when you take the medication, oh no, I was also taking lion's mane,
Okay.
magnesium, omega-3. But when you take the medication, you can't take all of those ashwagandhas and
No.
stuff.
No.
So I will. Obviously, I'll start to take those again now.
Good. 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 Oh my goodness. What a nightmare for you.
I know.
And there's other people out there, that I want to bring this to, fruition basically to others, especially adults, like my son, like myself, the whole family basically. No, just us two.
Well, my mum is as well. She'd never get diagnosed.
Just us two, yeah, not diagnosed, trying to desperately get diagnosed. I'm on the waiting list. He's now going through ISO, and they're now just done a test, which he had to fill out.
Yeah,
There's online ones as well, just to test yourself, for your own mind's sake.
yeah. And the thing is, what you've got to do is you've got to be honest on them because they are. I mean, filling in
Yeah,
those forms, if you've seen, they're absolutely giving someone who's got ADHD a form that's got about 30 pages on it. It's just a nightmare. I mean, I nearly missed
yeah,
the thing. But yeah, if you do the online test, which is free,
yeah,
that's start. You do that first. And if you
mm,
think, and if it says, right, you're
mm.
raging, you
Yeah.
that form to the doctor, and then the doctor will start the process with you. But
Okay, that's good.
yes, it's years long.
I know, I know.
And
Oh,
if you know this, women with late diagnosed
mm,
ADHD have
mm.
a life expectancy of 70, and the average woman's life expectancy is 83.
Lovely.
So
Not
now the longer that I leave it to get, because I know,
diagnosed, get sorted.
yeah. So now I've got 9 years left.
Oh my God, that's awful
I'm
thoughts.
awful, and I kept saying I'm waiting 5 years. I didn't want to be pushed in front of children, obviously not, because
Yeah.
no, children come first, but other people, younger people
Mm,
that got a lot
mm.
longer left in life,
Yeah.
really wanted the opportunity of having a few half decent years.
Yes, exactly. Live life to the full, they say.
Oh, I'm going to be
Live
doing that.
every day, they say. Live for today. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
so,
well, best we live for today then, because we haven't got very long.
well, I know, and I did do a whole bit of thing about ADHD
Yeah.
and dating as well, which I don't know if you saw any of those because my children made me take them down because they didn't like them, but that
Oh.
was very funny.
Oh, really?
Oh,
Right. Well, now this is the one that I want to go into. ADHD and dating. So, if the children don't mind, how many children have you got?
I've got two.
Two. So if the children don't mind, we'll just quickly go over what is it like to date in basically 2025 with ADHD.
It's a nightmare
Yeah,
because
yeah,
you can mask yourself. You can be normal in inverted commas for
yeah. Half
two.
an hour.
Yeah. Yes. I mean, I am an untidy mare. I'm
Mm,
untidy. I interrupt.
mm,
I I can't sit still. I can't go to the cinema or anything like that.
yeah,
So you'll probably have a few dates with them, and they'll think, oh yeah, she scrubs up okay for an old bird.
yeah.
But then the mask starts to drop because you
Mm,
can't be on your best behaviour all the time.
yeah, of
And
course.
you know, I generally end up getting dumped, or do you know what? Mainly, I get bored because
Yeah.
there's a thing. Have you heard of limerence?
No, tell me.
Well, there's a thing called limerence, which is like basically because everything that we do is so dramatic.
Yes.
Whenever you start going out with someone, you immediately fall in love with them and think that that's it. And the love,
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
yeah.
Now I know my life was a limerence then.
Well, I do that all the time, and I think this is it. I found the one.
Yeah,
Actually, I did think I still might have found the one, but I've got stuff that I've got to sort out in my life. But
yeah.
as it happens, I
Don't
think
we all?
if you go out with someone else that's got ADHD,
Mm.
it's easier
Okay.
because they kind of get this
Yeah,
go through, but not too much because two
yeah,
ADHD people
yeah.
together.
Do you put on Tinder? I'd like a slightly ADHD, please.
I'm banned from Tinder for life, so I can't.
Okay. Oh God.
I don't do anything wrong. They just ban me. Um, no,
That's a whole different story. We won't go there.
no, I've come off all the dating sites now because I just
Right.
it's
Yeah, but then you get all the silly idiots on TikTok that go, "Oh, hello, rude remark." Oh, it's just crazy, isn't it? I get them all the time.
the amount
Hello,
of people
beautiful.
who this week alone, I must have blocked about 200 people,
Yeah,
and it's
yeah,
mainly younger guys actually.
yeah. Same.
What's that all
Hello, darling.
about?
No.
Can I buy you bath water
Yes.
or your used socks?
Fur. Do you like fur?
Oh, I've never had that one.
Hey, I've had. Do you like fur?
Oh,
Lovely. No, I don't.
so yeah, so do you know what I've decided? I've just decided I'm just gonna.
Mm. It'll happen when it
Well, it
happens.
hasn't got long.
To the right
Long
person. Yeah,
now.
that's right. You haven't got long. Oh my goodness. Don't say that. Don't say that. That's awful.
So that now
But
that life
yeah, I understand what you mean. It's
yeah,
hard, isn't it?
it is hard, but that life expectancy is only because we engage in risky behaviours.
Yeah.
We do things like, I mean, I've written off 4 cars, or we walk out
Yeah.
into the road not
Yeah.
looking for a
Not,
bit
yeah.
scatty. So it's not because of any sort of physical illnesses. It's
Yeah.
just because we're more likely to have
We're
accidents.
silly billies.
We are silly billies.
I'll tell you what, talking to you today, I have got it left, right, and centre and all around me. I have. I have.
Well, that's it then. So have you done your? Have you done?
I've done the test and it's raging.
Oh, was it raging?
Yeah, raging. Yeah. Yeah. And my son's done it and he's raging too.
So are you going to try and get meds?
So, well, what it is, I don't know because I'm on so many medications for bipolar, which I obviously haven't got now because
Yeah.
they've said I've
Okay.
inverted brackets. I've got ADHD now. So, it's terrible, isn't it? But like you were saying about the antidepressants. So for the last 10, 15, 20 years, actually, 15, like now when I look back, 15, 20 years, oh my goodness. I've been, on medications for bipolar.
It's disgraceful. It's
But do you
I,
know what really annoys me, Lorri, is the fact that they diagnosed me on 1 hour consultation and went, oh, bipolar, there we are.
no,
Yes. And then I said to them, I want a re-diagnosis because my therapist thinks I've got ADHD. Spoke to him 20 minutes. He said, no, 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 definitely a bipolar. So that's my two diagnoses for bipolar.
no.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
that's bad, isn't it?
I think the trouble is, it's just that they keep saying, don't they, that everybody's got ADHD now, and
Yeah, yeah.
what's happening is people like women that didn't know have it are coming forward and
Mm.
talking about it. So no, but
So
then
this will really help.
yeah, I mean, all I can say is those meds that I had were wonderful. They
Yeah.
changed my life. I didn't think 100 different things at the time. I thought one,
Yeah. Yeah.
and maybe I might see if there's any others that I can take that don't
Yeah.
side
With the
effects.
intrusive thoughts. But you never know. You never know.
Well, the trouble
Just
is, then
ask them.
my titration time's up now, so
Oh,
but
goodness.
I
Okay.
get 3 months, so that's it.
Oh, my
Yeah,
goodness.
that's it.
Okay. So what
So
happens now then? You don't have any other time. They will not give you any other time.
that's it.
Oh my God, this
I
is
know.
ridiculous.
I know.
And
You
then if you do privately, it costs a fortune.
if you do it privately and then you go back to the NHS, it's just sometimes they won't give you the medication.
Medications.
I've looked into it.
So
It's
that's crazy
yeah,
too.
that's crazy too. So
Oh,
trying
goodness.
trying to you
Deal
know
with it on your own and literally. So I was going to say, so all the herbal outlets, is this helping? So
what they did.
magnesium.
Yeah. So the ones that I would recommend are, and they did work, were lion's mane, ashwagandha, a very good omega-3, and or magnesium.
Right.
And I did go down lots of rabbit holes about why those are the ones, and they did work, but only when I combined them with exercise and
Right.
combined them with not eating sugar. But also, I have to stay away from stress. If I get anything that triggers me on a stress level,
Yeah.
like dealing with family stuff, then that's it. It doesn't matter how much exercise I do, whatever I do.
Same.
I'm just yeah, you're the same. Just that's it.
I'm the same. Yeah,
I'm
that's it.
I'm like
And I've got a lot of stress at the minute. So at the moment, I'm like,
yeah,
so
yeah,
hyper.
stay away from. I think I need to stay away and just sort of have some peace and quiet and just get myself back on.
Definitely. Yeah. Yeah. Sounds like it. Sounds like it.
Yeah,
Oh my goodness. What a trial. Trial and tribulations.
I know.
Yeah. But we're here now.
Ollie,
Got a
and
life to live today.
yeah, I think the thing is you just have to smile, because if you don't smile,
Yeah. You
then
got to. You
you've
got
got.
to. And all these messages from all these men, you got to laugh like
Oh,
you've been doing in your in your TikToks is so funny. Like, oh, what does this mean? And he said this, and
I
you know,
know. I
yeah,
know.
I love it.
There's one called Yorkshire Lad, and he's a shocker. He finds different ways when I block him to come back with different names.
Yeah,
I see. I can't reply to half the stuff that I get sent
yeah,
because it says violations. So when I try to
yes,
reply the stuff that they sent to me, I get a violation or a
yeah,
strike for trying to.
yeah.
It gets so much worse than what you see.
I know.
Like,
Don't worry about that. I know.
do you get?
It's terrible. It's shocking, should I say? It's not terrible. It's
Oh,
shocking.
fine, if they're half decent looking, but they're all
Yeah.
just mimic.
I know. Or they fakes their photo with
Yeah,
somebody else's.
yeah,
Or I get fake TikToks where they've nicked all the TikToks off of somebody else, put like 5 up of their TikTok videos. This is awful. Puts their picture on it and then goes, "Hello, beautiful."
no.
Uses their stuff. Yeah.
Yes, someone stole my
Because
bullet.
I looked at one the other day because I thought, nah, 5 videos and like blah blah. So I looked into the actual name and he'd so ripped him off.
Yeah, yeah.
Terrible.
Yeah, yeah, they did. I can't remember what mine was. Somebody ripped me off and used all my videos, and then just put backup accounts or something like that, and then
Oh
emailing
no.
men and asking them for money, and saying that, yeah,
No.
yes,
Oh,
yeah,
Lorri.
I know.
Isn't it awful?
I think sometimes I cry and I think, why am I doing this? And then just today, I'm just about to post a lovely person who said, "Thank you so much. I think you've helped me realize what's wrong with me. I'm going to do a test."
And that's why.
And that's why. And every
Yeah.
time I feel like I want to just give it up,
But do you think it's a distraction? My TikTok is almost a distraction
of course it is.
for my life at the moment because I've got so many things going on in my life right now. So my TikTok's a bit of a distraction as well.
Oh gosh, I mean, if I didn't get up and brush my hair and
I agree.
I wouldn't
That's it.
do a TikTok, I wouldn't do it. So
That's it.
it makes me do stuff.
I agree.
And then it also makes me use my brain a bit because I have to think about how I'm going to
Oh, yes.
whip the
What should I say today?
you know, and I think the thing is, it's, we do catastrophize stuff. We do. I mean, everything's a sort of bloody catastrophe
Yes.
for people like us. So we just need to go, right, that's it, stop now. Do a couple
Yes.
of talks.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm on the creative
Totally.
side. I can earn a bit. I mean, you don't earn much money at all on
Yeah. The
TikToks.
monetizing side of things.
Yeah, and I don't. Oh, my new favorite one now is just reviewing the people that do the reviewing because they're all these face creams and all this business that don't work. I'm sick
Yeah.
of it. So
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah. 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 I totally go there as well.
yeah,
Yeah. Totally get it.
yeah. So that's that really. So yeah, it is a distraction. I used to do a lot of work with homeless people.
Did you?
But
I wanted to do that.
well, let me just tell you something. I did, but if you're an empath, which you definitely are,
Mm.
it's very hard to not get involved in other people's lives when they're so.
Yeah. It's true.
It's good because you
I
think,
would.
yeah, well, that I did, and I was sort of trying to help people and get them homes, and it was,
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
yeah, and you can't do that because it just takes too much out of you as well.
Mm,
But that was a big part of my life that was taken away that
mm.
I might go back to doing, but sometimes you can just too much.
Do you know what I found in life? I through the years, okay, I've taken on every single child that's been sort of like not getting on well at home. Okay, and because we had such a good like upbringing, the children had fun all the time because mum was fun, of course. No, mum was nutty, uh, probably because of the ADHD. Anyway, so we used to have a lot of fun. We lived by the beach, and all these kids basically would stay over all the time.
Yeah,
Every
I,
weekend they were in my house.
I love that.
Then I started taking in the bloody parents. Like
Right.
we'd meet somebody and we'd go, "Oh, you're homeless. Oh my God, come and stay
Uh,
with us until you get sorted." And it just took and sucked the life out of my husband and I. But we did it.
yeah,
And
I
it
know.
was only until I got to my 50s that I think, what on earth was I
You
thinking?
were being kind. That you were being kind.
Yes,
That
yes,
and
yeah,
given I don't know about you, but because I've really my childhood was so horrible.
yeah,
I don't like anyone because people were really mean to me, and
same.
I don't want anyone to go to have anything
Go
mean.
through that. And I
So,
think that's why I took all the kids on because I didn't want them to feel like that.
yep.
Yeah. And my kids as well, especially sort of like they didn't have many friends because it was like the school's really hard nowadays. Really hard with the bullying and things because when in our day, okay, as my husband always says, in our day, you'd get bullied in the school day, you'd go home, it'd all stop. But nowadays, you've got the mobile phones, you've got computers, you've got TikTok, you've got Instagram, everything that it continues all
Yeah,
the time.
about that. Yeah,
It's
yeah,
true, isn't it?
yeah,
It's
yeah.
hard going.
I
But
was
look, one thing I want to say is one thing Lady P wishes more people knew about ADHD. Tell me. So, if you had anything that you could wish people knew about ADHD,
right. Okay, it would be that deep down, underneath the nutty,
mm,
outgoing, vibrant, bubbling personality, deep
mm,
down in most of us, there's a lot of
mm,
sadness, and
that's correct.
there's a lot of sadness that I don't think will ever go away. And don't judge us because I know we do get judged for being over the top and that kind of thing. We
Mm,
don't want to be like this. I don't want to be exhausted all the time. I'm
mm,
mentally exhausted.
I am.
A normal person feels. So
Mm.
please try and be kind to us if you can.
Yes, that's what I say as well. Because my mind never stops. I
That's
wake up in the night Okay, and it's like beep, and I'm like in my head. So
Well,
from the minute I wake up to the minute I close my eyes, my brain just goes blah, 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 blah.
yeah.
This way, that way, this way, that way, this way. Watch the television, listen to the computer, listen to some music while on the computer, while talking to somebody on the television as well.
Yeah,
It's madness.
you do
It's
this one.
horrible.
You always have loads of different cups around where you haven't finished
Yeah,
them.
yeah, yeah, always, always.
Doors.
I'm messy, like what you said, I'm completely messy. Everybody has a go at me, but I just can't help it.
Yeah.
I try very hard and then the room becomes messy and I have to do it again. I keep saying to my husband, can you help me, please? Because it's got all messy again.
Said once, my ex-husband, can you take a photo of what you think looks clean? Because I spent all day cleaning.
Yeah,
When he got back from work, he said, what have you been doing all day? And I said, I've been cleaning all day. And he goes,
yeah.
that's not tight.
Yeah, yeah, but you know what it is we're interrupting ourselves with other things,
Well,
other
yeah,
distractions.
yeah, we are. We are. So we never actually finish it. Oh my
Yeah,
God. I'm going to have to have a line down now.
yeah, exactly. And I want to ask as well, I want you to put the message out there for anyone getting diagnosed in your 40s and 50s or beyond. What's sort of your message, how to do that and how to get going now?
Well, the first thing is particularly if you think you've got it and you're
Mm.
approaching perimenopause, if you're a woman,
Yeah,
um, do an online test first. Do that free online test. And then, depending on the results, you've got to get to the doctor because
yeah,
the wait list is about 5 years.
yeah, that's
And
crazy.
basically, you'll be into the menopause by then if
Yeah,
you've got it. And I honestly cannot stress the psychosis that I got. I was, I wasn't just sort of having a bit of, I was really very,
same.
yeah, very ill. So
I've
please,
had that.
yeah, just,
I mean, the funny side of my psychosis, when it first started, I used to see little squirrels on the floor or cats on the wardrobe. But then it got really intrusive and I didn't like it. And then I had to go on medication for this is my problem. I'm going on medications for all these different things with psychosis, bipolar,
yeah,
this, antidepressants. They've given me a concoction now.
yeah.
I take 13 tablets in the
Oh,
morning and 11 at night.
no.
Yes. And all probably because I've got ADHD.
Well, do you know, well, let me just tell
Been
you,
misdiagnosed.
at the moment, I know you've got some things for playlists.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm not taking anything apart from the lion's mane and that kind of thing. I'm not
yeah.
taking the only thing I do have to take is because I never ever sleep.
Mm,
I've been on Zopicane for 15 years.
yeah.
If I didn't, I wouldn't get 1 hour's worth of sleep.
No, that's me.
But
I'm not sleeping.
it doesn't work anymore because obviously
Yeah.
I've been on it so long, but at least I get
Mm,
2 hours rather than,
nothing at all. Yeah,
yeah,
I probably get 3 to 4 hours a night.
me too. And that's exhausting in itself. I mean,
It is.
never having a proper deep sleep. And
No,
people saying take a
I'd
nap.
love that.
I'd love to have a nap, but my brain's
I'd
going.
love that. I know, I
Oh,
know, I know.
and explain things, just because, we can be eloquent. Well, I think,
Hmm.
we are
Well,
at the
I'm
job,
not.
but
Very eloquent.
things go over our heads because
Mm.
it's just so, don't sort of raise your voice if you think I've been talking too loudly. Because
Yeah.
I don't know if you know this, but lots of people with ADHD have tinnitus as well. And
Ah,
yeah, that's the thing. So quite often I'm shouting because I'm
trying to get over the tinnitus.
yeah, exactly. So there's lots of things that we have, lots of little things that we,
Right.
we're more likely to be left-handed. I didn't know if you know that one.
Oh, no, I didn't know that one. I'm right.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. So there's lots of little things, and added all together, I mean, our lives have, I think it's something like by the age of 12, we'll have had 20,000 more negative comments against us than our
yeah.
peers, just because of always being told off for stuff,
Yeah,
and
that's
that
it.
goes you into life.
Yeah.
That negative
Yeah.
that you've always had.
Yeah.
follows you into life. So
Well, my kids say, "You're shouting, Mum, stop it." You know, when I'm on the telephone
uh,
or I'm doing a live TikTok, anything like that, they're going, "You're shouting, you wake me up at night." And I'm going, "I don't wake you up at night, surely not." And I said, "I can't help shouting. This is just how I've always been. My voice, why is it shouting? I've always been like this. Why suddenly you going, shh?
but
Like
then
that with the hands going down like that, like in the volume, sort of go down, down, down. And I'm like, but I've always been like this. I don't understand.
and we get labeled attention seekers because
Yes, I'm a
that,
attention seeker.
yeah,
I'm
and
a drama queen.
oh yeah, all of that
Do you
stuff.
get that one?
Oh, all the time, drama queen, yeah, oh, all the
Yeah.
time. But well, now I don't because I haven't got anyone to talk to. So
You got me anytime.
I do. Oh,
Yeah,
dear.
it's horrible, isn't it? But look, I'd say that's it for today's episode of Listen to the ADHD. I do want everybody to come forward if you think you have ADHD, if you need any advice, if you want anything, like anything at all to do with ADHD, not you guys out there that want to give us fur or, you want to take us out, please. It's literally, we want to talk about ADHD only.
Please.
Please, only that.
Okay, right. Well, thank you very much for
But
having.
look, a huge thank you, Lorri. I really appreciate it. What absolute force of nature you are. If you ever felt too much or not enough, remember you're exactly who you are meant to be. Keep blooming, keep smiling, and don't let anyone dim your sparkle, especially if those rude men in your comments block, delete, and strut away, darling. And all I can say now is catch us next time where we continue to talk all things over 50 and why life only just begins here. Don't forget to follow, like, share, and tell a fellow bloomer. Until then, stay fabulous.